I want you to imagine a library, but not, the friendly community kind. I want you to picture the kind of place that just feels heavy. You walk in, it smells like dust, and then you find this staircase going down and down and down again into a place called the lower archive.
Yeah, we're talking deep underground, concrete fluorescent lights that hum so loud you can feel it.
Exactly. And down there, a man named Ivor Selvin has been working for 11 years, cataloging, get this, 1.7 million items.
And our deep dive today is all about the journals he left behind, specifically about a tremor that starts in his right hand.
But this isn't really a medical mystery, is it?
Not at all. It's metaphysical. The Tremor Index, as he calls it, is about what happens when you spend so much time describing the world that you forget how to actually live in it.
Which feels a little too close to home for me this week.
Okay.
But okay, let's get into it. We have Ivor's journals, this other recovered text, and this setting, the lower archive. I got stuck on one phrase he uses to describe it. He says it smells like paper remembering the trees it had been.
It's a beautiful line, isn't it? But also kind of violent.
It is. It suggests the archive is basically a graveyard.
Yeah.
These aren't just documents, they're dead things.
And that's the atmosphere he's in every single day. You have to understand, he isn't just a librarian. He says he condensed into the role.
Condensed. What does that mean?
It means he's trying to bring order to this absolute chaos of human residue papers, maps, letters that were never sent. His job is to make it all navigable.
And he takes it way too far. This is where it starts to get, for me, a little uncomfortable. He starts indexing his own life.
Right. He stops being an observer and becomes, well, a recording device.
Yeah, there's this detail where he gets a coffee, and instead of just drinking it, he, notes the temperature. He hangs his coat up. He notes the hook number. It's a lot.
It's like that whole quantified self thing, people tracking their sleep, their steps, their heart rate. The idea that if you don't record it, it didn't really happen. Ivor is the analog version of that.
And then the glitch happens. March 14th, 3:15 p.m.
He's holding an index card, and his hand just, It shakes. A tiny 2-millimeter tremor.
Now, a normal person, you or me, we'd think, whoa, my hand is shaking. Maybe I should see a doctor. But what does Ivor do?
He grabs a fresh card, writes Tremor, personal at the top, and he files it.
That is just so wild. He treats his own body like another broken document.
He even writes that the tremor feels like a telegraph receiving a message in a code for which no key exists. He doesn't see it as a health scare. He sees it as an information problem.
Which sets up this amazing contrast. You have Ivor, who's becoming pure data, a ghost, and then you have his coworker, Vera.
Vera, the filing technician. Yes. She's the foil to all of this. He says her movements have resonance.
Resonance, I love that. Like she has gravity, she has weight.
She's grounded. She feels the texture of the paper, But here's the creepy part. Ivor has a secret subindex on Vera.
Oh, no. This is where he goes from dedicated worker to something else entirely. He's cataloging her.
He is. But I don't think it's malicious. Not really. It's the only way he knows how to understand her. He counts her footsteps. 3 quick, a pause, 2 slow.
He files a card called Proximity Textile when their coats touch on the rack.
Exactly. It's the saddest thing. He can't just say, "Hi, Vera." He has to file a report on her presence because he's terrified of actual messy human interaction.
So the more he files, the more he literally starts to fade away. He looks in the mirror and says he looks faint, like low opacity.
Yes, and he develops this theory. He believes he's being translated.
Translated.
In the archive, he thinks text has a higher coefficient of reality than flesh. I mean, the documents last for centuries. The people die. So the archive prefers the text. He's poured his life force into the cards, so the cards are becoming more real than he is.
That's a nightmare. It's like he's uploading himself to the cloud, but the process is deleting the original file.
That's a frighteningly accurate way to put it. He sees the wall behind him through his own chest.
Okay, so to really understand why this is happening, we have to go deeper into the building itself, past level 1.
Right. Level 2 is where it gets weird. A predecessor, Aldous Mook, organized it not by alphabet, but by emotional valence.
I find this so fascinating. The cabinets are labeled things like regret, structural. What's in that file?
I imagine it's like blueprints for a house that ruined a marriage.
Okay.
Or a bad job contract. It's a regret you built your life around.
Oof. Okay. And what about wonder diminishing?
Maybe letters between childhood friends where you can just see the magic slowly fading out over the years. Mook knew these documents weren't just data, they were emotional residue.
But then there's level 3. The silt.
The silt, the very bottom.
And the descriptions here change completely. Ivor says the air contains dissolved text. What does that even mean?
I think it's about entropy. The boundaries are just eroding, the paper is rotting, but the ideas themselves are rotting too. Everything is merging.
And that's where he starts hearing the heartbeat.
Yes, a steady rhythm in the walls, 72 beats per minute.
A heartbeat in the concrete. I mean, is he just hallucinating at this point?
Well, that's the rational thought, and he questions it too. But he does what he always does. He measures it, he tracks it, and then he cross-references it with his creepy little sub-index on Vera.
Don't tell me.
The heartbeat in the walls. It matches the exact rhythm of Vera's footsteps.
Oh.
The archive isn't dead, it's alive, and it's mimicking the most alive thing inside it. Vera is literally the pulse of the building.
So you have Ivor fading away, and Vera is so real, she's making the walls have a heartbeat. And this leads him to a manuscript that changes everything. The Light That Does Not Return.
By Emmerich Valdrada. This is the turning point. Valdrada was an optics professor who noticed something strange in mirrors. He claimed he saw a room behind his reflection that wasn't his actual room.
This part actually gave me chills. He looks in his mirror, and in the reflection, there's a door that isn't in his office. And through it, he sees a figure writing index cards.
And when Ivor reads this, he has this moment, this horror of recognition. He realizes the figure writing in the cards. It's him.
Wait, so the mirror isn't reflecting him, it's showing him his replacement.
Or his destination. Valdrada's theory is that mirrors don't show you the room, they show you the act of looking. The figure in the mirror is the Ivor that's only an observer. The Ivor that's become a file.
So if he finishes the master index, he crosses over. He just vanishes into the mirror world.
That's the fear. That completion is a trap. If the map is perfect, you don't need the territory anymore.
Terrifying. So he's on this edge, shaking and fading, and he decides to go down to the third level again. But this time, he takes Vera.
And the whole atmosphere changes. The archive reacts to them as a pair.
The air warms up. The heartbeat syncs with both of their footsteps. It's almost expectant.
They find this section, row 30, with these stone cabinets that ring when you touch them. He opens one, and inside,
It's more indexes.
thousands of them from every librarian before him. It's a bureaucratic black hole, a snake eating its own tail.
A trap.
And then Vera breaks the loop. She goes to a cabinet labeled Other, one Ivor was too scared to open. And inside,
This inside.
her own index cards.
Vera was keeping an index. On what?
On Ivor.
Wait. She knew he was watching her.
She was watching him right back. But where he was reducing her to data, she was witnessing his struggle. She has cards about his tremor, about the days he looked faded. She was keeping a record of his humanity.
That just flips the entire story. He thought he was the observer, but he was being observed with compassion.
It's a total reversal. And then comes the moment. Vera sees his hand shaking, and she takes it. She holds his hand.
And the tremor doesn't stop, does it?
No, and that's the key. It doesn't stop. He says the tremor and her steadiness merge into a new frequency.
It's like they've been writing the same index from opposite sides of the glass. And the light that does not return from the manuscript. It's not some scary supernatural force.
No, it's just the light of presence, the light you absorb by actually being there with another person. It doesn't reflect back because you're living it.
And that's what anchors him. Connection. He doesn't fade away.
So they come back up. He's changed. He calls this period the residue, the stuff that doesn't fit in the files.
He starts doing these small things, like eating his lunch sitting down, which sounds so basic, but for him it's a revolution.
It's a total revolution. It's an assertion of existence. I am a body. I am in this chair. I am tasting this bread.
And the pigeons. He used to index them. Pigeon, blue-gray, vector north. Now he just watches them.
He stops trying to capture the world and just lets the world capture him.
He even gets a tremor in his left hand, a new one.
Yes, but he doesn't make a card for it. He accepts it. He calls it essential. He realizes that vibration, that shaking, isn't a glitch. It's the hum of being alive. Only dead things are perfectly still.
That's the takeaway right there. And that brings us to the final secret. The garden.
My favorite part. In a hidden room used by Mook, the emotional index guy, they find a window, looking out onto a secret underground garden.
In a sub-basement.
Mook brought soil down in his pockets every day. For years, he created something that just is, something that grows and changes and dies, something that defies the entire point of the archive.
It's the ultimate residue.
And Ivor stands there with Vera and he cries. And for the first time, he doesn't write tears, Saline. He just cries.
He says, the green is enough.
The breakthrough. Some things exist without needing a label.
The story wraps up with a letter from Valdrada's wife confirming he didn't vanish into a mirror. He just got old and died, a normal human death.
Which is, weirdly, the happy ending here. It means the archive didn't win. He stayed in the messy, real world.
So Ivor looks in the mirror one last time, and he's solid, fully present.
Reflective coefficient 1.0. He's back.
This whole story makes me think about how we live now. We're all Ivor Selvin, aren't we? We're so busy archiving our lives, taking photos of the sunset instead of just watching it.
We're all nervously indexing our existence, afraid that if we don't, we'll disappear. We think our value is in the record we leave behind.
But this story says the opposite. The value is in the shaking, in the feelings, the things that can't be filed away.
Exactly. The weeds and the cracks, that's where life is.
So here's a question for you listening. What part of your day are you filing away, and what part are you actually feeling?
Are you writing the index card, or are you living the moment? Because if you want to see the real world, you have to look away from the reflection.
And maybe let your hand shake a little, just means you're alive.
Precisely.
We're going to close the file on this deep dive. Thanks for descending with us.
See you on the surface.